So this morning I was just mad to be awake. I had to wake up, I didn't want to, and I was really grumpy. I am not a morning person, and I was feeling it this morning. So as I'm in the car and I'm driving to where I had to be, I was like, okay, you know what, God, you know how I'm feeling right now, but is there anything, I'm just going to be open to you. Is there anything you can do to cheer me up? Now, my name's Dakota Lee. I have a gift to see in the spirit. I'm also a professional animal communicator, and God's been letting me visit heaven since I was 12 years old. So when I asked God something like this, today was a really good one. I heard God say, okay. And then I couldn't see anything yet, but I heard singing. And I've heard this kind of tone before. It was so pure, crystal clear, with a lot of richness, without a fluctuation, and it was just one note. And it rose so quietly, I almost couldn't tell when whoever this was started singing, and I knew this is the voice of an angel. Literally the voice of an angel. And so I'm driving, but my whole body got very, very still as I just listened. And as I listened, then I heard more voices start to rise to join it. And this harmony built, and they all stayed on exactly the same tone. And I said, I'm not sure to anyone in particular, but I said, this sounds like how you would imagine dawn rising. If dawn could make a sound, this would be that sound. And then I heard someone speak back to me. I immediately asked, did Jesus Christ come in the flesh? Because I didn't want to be talking to anything that wouldn't be so good. I got back the answer, yes. But someone said, the title of this piece is actually Morning Doe. Like morning dew, but doe is in do, re, mi. And then I could start to see a little bit. Now, sometimes when I see in the spirit, I can be focused on two things at once. So I can be focused with my spiritual eyes on what I'm seeing spiritually, and physically on what I'm physically seeing. So I was able to start seeing the angel that spoke to me. And this angel was the conductor of the group of angels that were singing. And I asked this angel, is this a warm-up? And the angel said, no, it's not a warm-up, and kept focused. And as I started to have this conversation in the spirit, when I say in the spirit, it means my spiritual eyes are seeing, I have spiritual ears that are hearing, I have a spiritual voice. And this spiritual voice, something that I don't need to use my physical mouth to open and speak. And this is also how I can do animal communication, although it's a little different, but it's pretty much the same principle. I got to speak to this conductor, and when this was a feminine angel, when she came into view, I saw her. She was incredibly tall, and I felt like a tiny, tiny kid if I was standing next to a giant. She was so big, and there's something very comforting about being in the presence of someone who is bigger than you and more caring than you and has it more put together than you are. It's like everything's gonna be okay. And I got to stand next to her, and as I started to see her and saw her conducting, I started to see more in the spirit. I saw the angels that she was conducting as well, and it was a group of, I saw about 20, but I think there might have been more placed in other positions around her, but this group of 20 was singing. And later I asked this angel, after I'd been listening for a while, why, say this isn't warm up, but I'm hearing one glorious note. There's no fluctuation. We aren't even doing a beat or a pattern. I'm not even necessarily sure we can call it a song. Why are we doing this? And the angel said that her music is there to be in harmony with God's creation, and that is already music. So when you hear crickets in the morning, that is a form of music. When you hear the birds, the wind in the air, water rushing in a stream, all of that is music, but it was a lot more obvious when I heard the angels singing and mimicking it. So I soon arrived at my destination, and needless to say, after getting to hear angel voices, I felt a whole lot better. Follow more if you want more experiences of heaven, Jesus, angels, and God.